And we're live. Hello and welcome to pDAI Therapy Live, episode 209. I'm your host, Maddie Allen, and I've got a great show for you tonight. I'm wearing a shirt that says, "My mom thinks I work at Bitcoin." Also, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys are all having a great day out there. I'm here on the road, so yeah, I'm just really excited to be able to bring you this show as always. And if you dig it, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button, share this out. This is going to be a great episode. We're going to run through a lot here real quick. And shout out to everybody leaving comments and people who are in the chat. So what do we got for you tonight on pDAI Therapy Live? Well, pDAI is something that I was wrong about. And, not everybody is man enough to admit when they're wrong about something, but here we are. I'm happy to do it. And it's been pretty wild just to see how strong this narrative is and this community is. Let me go ahead and plug in my power here. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up on the screen. This is wild. I can't wait to show you guys this. This is going to speak volumes, as Corey Costa would say. Okay, what do we got? Here we go. Okay, so me making a tweet admitting that I was wrong about pDAI and Pulse wrapped Bitcoin, the free copies that were copied over from Ethereum whenever Pulse Chain launched, the first full system state fork of Ethereum. This tweet where I said, only real men can admit they were wrong about PWBTC and pDAI, I was wrong. Congrats to the true believers. Now let's make mad gains together. This is my second most liked tweet of all time. I've been tweeting for years about Hex and Pulse Chain and PulseX and everything. But here we are, and this tweet is like barely older than 24 hours, and it's already the second most liked tweet of all time that I've ever done, out of over 7,000 tweets. What's the number one tweet of all time, you might ask? I believe that's the one where I broke the news that there's an Arkham Intelligence proof that Richard Hart has never sold a single hex. I'm gonna bring that up here. It's in my highlights. That's a tab of tweets where I highlight what are some of the most important things I've ever put on Twitter. It's kind of like a top 10, top 15 like tweets of all time. But I think somewhere on here we're gonna. Yep, here it is. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. The number one tweet of all time has to do with Twitter censoring Hex and not allowing our workarounds for showing up on decentralized exchanges and crypto being under attack. That got 1.4K likes. But my tweet about being wrong about pDAI, that was the only other tweet I've ever had that got over 1,000 likes. So what is this telling me? Well, this is telling me something. It means that this narrative is really important. And I'm not just getting on board because it's popular. I actually didn't realize like how popular this would be at all. Otherwise, otherwise I would have invested in pDAI a long time ago, and I wouldn't have sold my pDAI for pennies not even pennies on the dollar, for fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a penny. And it's not like I have some huge position in it now, but the thing that excites me so much is that this is an early sign of what might come for all of the forked copies of everything on Pulse Chain to reach parity or to go higher than anybody ever thought possible. And of course, that'll make the core coins go higher than anybody ever thought, ever thought possible. I mean, to me, 10,000x is, that's FUD now, basically. Like, I'm looking at pulse chain completely differently now. In a lot of ways, I'm looking at it how I looked at it before, it was ever created, back when we were talking about the game theory of what could happen. Um, I've seen enough to believe much, much, much deeper than before, because there's a difference between just having a theory of something and then seeing it actually start to come into fruition. So for me, there's been an aha moment that's happened just in the past 3 days. And yeah, so I'm excited, I'm shocked, and I hope other people will reevaluate if they were wrong about anything, update your worldview, like, get excited. And there's a lot of other people, they've figured it out before me, before us. That's fine. Like, now is not the time to, worry about who is right and who is wrong. Like, now's the time to, like, prepare for all the next phases that are coming. um, and that's, yeah, so that's something we all have to adjust to. When I jokingly or seriously say, oh yeah, the name of the show has changed from Hex Therapy Live to pDAI Therapy Live. I've done that before, like that's a joke, but I'm trying to draw attention to something, that this is the start of a new phase. And yeah, and so that's a big deal. That should be an attention getter. Of course, Hex is still a store of value. It's still the biggest part of the narrative for me, um, for where people will end up, but it's not where people are starting. And sometimes you have to meet people where they're at before they can get to where they're going to be, right? So, um, that's another principle of Hex Therapy Live. It's like we're talking about the psychology of not only markets, but of systems, and how to cope with mad gains, how to hold on for dear life, how to um, see what's coming or what may come. So yeah, really, really wild stuff. I'll drop the link to this tweet in case you guys want to try to get it to my number one. I also did a survey. Almost 1,700 people voted. That tells me this is an important topic, because normally about 500 people would vote on something. But I put it against each other, like, what do you like right now? pDAI, Wrapped Bitcoin, or Pulse? And half of people chose Pulse. A third of people chose pDAI, and 14% chose Wrapped Bitcoin, the P copy. But yeah, like, how wild is all that? And we started to talk about it on Game Theory Gang, but you guys might have seen me get a little frustrated, because I felt like the conversation got stuck, and I hadn't dove deep enough down the rabbit hole recently in order to really speak authoritatively about it. And I had actually hoped that we could have had a guest on that knew more about the network, or about the rabbit hole, so to speak, of the P copies. And that's something we'll certainly bring to you in the future. Um, but again, like, where Kareem was coming from, that is still a valid position, and it's something where some people may end up at the extreme that he's at, and some people might start at the extreme that he's at. But um, we love having such a range of views on the show, that people are supposed to be at each other's throats in a loving way, in order to educate the audience and represent the audience as much as possible. People learn more when they're exposed to more sides of a story. And one of my favorite things about the Quant Gang show that ran for over a year in the glory days of Hex, um, was that we had four opposite opinions on everything, and still we're friends at the end. At the end of the day, um, And eventually we had such like different views that we ended up splitting ways, but then you still got to hear from everybody, um, as much as you can. Um, so today I'm very thankful for this audience, for this community of Hex and Pulse Chain and pDAI and pWrapped Bitcoin and P whatever you want, right? I'm extremely grateful to be in crypto, the greatest appreciating asset class in the world, at a time when crypto is the most relevant that it's ever been politically, socially, and the most needed in terms of centralized governments trying to uh, abuse people and so on and so forth. Uh, I think that there is a mental health crisis in our money, and crypto is something that can solve this if it gets past the point of corruption and um, is able to be the truth engine that we know uh, and hope that it can be. This is a banger tweet from earlier today. I said, "Pay attention, and attention will pay you." That's a little Wayne quote. I probably should have made the reference, but uh, I said the question is no longer is pDAI relevant. The question is, are pDAI and p-wrapped Bitcoin set to take over the world? I said yesterday I admitted I was wrong. So I've already covered that this has been my second most popular tweet ever. And yeah, I also said that today I'm extra thankful for all y'all, which is certainly the case. So the more I can learn about pDAI and the more I'll be able to cover it and everything. Um, yeah, so no more gatekeeping on this end. But everybody's been really cool towards me about it. A lot of enthusiasm for me finally seeing the light, and that's a good thing. I think it's it's cool when you see a community that has matured and um, yeah, like I used to look at pDAI as only a meme, and I don't look at it as just that anymore. I realize that it can represent that and much more. So let me see. Um, oh, by the way, we interrupt this program to bring you the news that you can buy a Trezor right now, which is all you P guy dies, all you P die guys that bought $1 worth of pDAI at the bottom. You have over $1,000. You probably have over $5,000 worth of crypto now, with pDAI being at 2.5 cents. And so, just like everybody else who has at least $1,000 of crypto, you need a hardware wallet. You can't just have your crypto on MetaMask that's not secured by a hardware wallet, or Rabby, or anything that's not secured by a hardware wallet, because there's a virus, a computer virus called the Mars Stealer virus. And uh, the way you'll know that you got it is all of your crypto will be gone one day. And then you'll go crying to Papa Boner on Telegram and Twitter, and then he's gonna yell at me because I didn't warn you hard enough. And so this is me warning you um, that your crypto is going to get stolen. It's about 1% of people it happens to, but that number can only go up. And the more times that they steal people's money, now the better funded they are to go after more people. Um, just buy a Trezor. I have a link in the description below. This week only, they're 30% off. That's like a Black Friday special or whatever. And it's the same price to you if you use my link here. It's pinned in the description below. Um, I get like $5, and it costs you the same. And so it's like a really sweet deal for everybody, and it incentivizes me to tell you about it. So I'm going to drop the link here in the live stream, and I hope that you stay safe out there by doing this. What will happen is once you get the hardware device, you'll set it up. And if you have hex stakes, you're actually going to need two Trezors, because one is you're going to migrate the seed that you already have. You're going to prove to yourself that it was migrated successfully and that you can do transactions. And then only after you've proven to yourself that you correctly backed it up and you have your words written down in a safe place and you never take a picture of that, you never share your seed words with anybody, even if they say that they're me or they're God, it doesn't matter. And so you have your migrated seed words, and once you've migrated them safely, then you can delete the version that's unprotected, that's just on your phone or on your computer. Because to set up your Trezor, you'll just open a new profile on Chrome, the web browser Chrome. So you create a new profile, and that gives you a whole new version of Chrome where you can install a new version of MetaMask, and you're gonna like write down like a dummy seed word set, and then from there, once you've added the new instance of MetaMask, then you can connect to your Trezor and then set it up. So you have one Trezor that's for your migrated hex stakes. Then you have one Trezor that's brand new, and the seed words were created on that Trezor itself. So if you don't have that set up, or if you have your seed words migrated, but you don't have a separate seed phrase set up, you need to have that as well. So now is the perfect time. This deal is not going to last forever, and now is the best time to buy. And I'm going to buy as many as I can to give to my onboards this bull market. I'm probably going to buy in between 50 and 100. I need to remember to do that before the end of this weekend. So just do it now. All you pDAI guys, if you get hacked, the price of pDAI is going to go down. So do it. And what is only $5,000 today could be millions of dollars in the future. So you don't want to start all over, do you? Okay, cool. We covered that. I just joined the pDAI Telegram today, and so let me make sure you guys know how to find that. I'm going to drop the link here. Oh, by the way, for the first time ever in my YouTube description, I have posted the contract address for pDAI and P wrapped Bitcoin because they're hard to find. I'm an expert, and it was hard for me to find. So there you go. By the way, there's like a big thing that the community in pDAI, they're waiting to see if Richard or the OA or somebody is going to accept a vote that has happened, and there's only 6 days left or something. So that's a really big deal, and it's for like a pMaker thing. I guess I can share the link for that too, because yeah, that's really important. Maybe if the right people are listening, maybe that makes a difference. I'm still getting up to speed with all this, but here you go. Just drop that link in the live stream chat. Even if you're watching on replay, you can usually access the live stream comments after the fact. The link to the contract addresses, somebody's asking in the chat. It's in the description below on YouTube, but why don't I drop it in the live stream chat for your convenience as well? I mean, if you type into pTAI's pDAI or P wrapped Bitcoin, it'll come up. But on Dex Screener, it's really hard to find, and other places it's hard to find too. And it's not labeled as pDAI on those. It's just labeled as DAI, and you have to understand through context clues. So I dropped, actually, and I said that that's the contract address, but what that is, in fact, is the pair. And so if I get the actual contract address, can you guys still see my screen here? If I stop sharing my screen and then start again, here we go. I just want to share the window. Look at this. This went from, at the beginning of the month, $140 all the way up to $2,000. That's crazy. But here, if we zoom in, this is from that pair address, this website. This is where you see the contract address of each component of the pair. So this wrapped Bitcoin address here, PWBTC. See, but even MetaMask like has trouble adding that. I'm not sure how to fix it. So it's a mess. But that means you're early, right? Like it was really hard to buy Bitcoin in the beginning. So that's the one for wrapped Bitcoin. And then DAI, pDAI, it's up to 2.7 cents. That's wild. It's up 25% today. Crazy. And the contract address for that. See, I can't even tell because they're both called DAI and they're two different contract addresses. How confusing. So for that one, if I go to gopulse.com and I scroll down, Hex is at 2.5 cents. Respect. It's about the same as pDAI. Wow. Crazy. You can see all the P copies are going nuts, going up in value. P Ethereum name service, P mana, P USDC, so on and so forth. Yeah, so if I click on pDAI here on GoPulse, then it's going to show me. Okay, the beach whale says all you have to do is add the tokens directly from PulseX. It works super easy. Perfect. But I'm also teaching people, even for something, sometimes you're so early to something, it's not even listed right on PulseX or whatever. But here's the pDAI contract address. It says it's ending in 1D0F. Cool. Yeah, so hopefully that's helpful. So that's asked and answered. Very cool. Line going straight up. Love it. All right, what else? So I shared the pMaker vote, and that's to decide if pDAI should be pegged and backed by the other RH assets other than just Pulse, if I'm understanding that correctly. Like I said, we'll have some experts on. Okay, what else? What else do we have on x.com/MATI all in? Here we go. It says on December 2nd, actually, there's a more updated version of this. So I am hosting on December 1st to 2nd a 25-hour Stake-a-thon and live stream. It's going to be legendary. We are going to set the world record for the most 5,555-day stakes created in a single day, and we're doing that to celebrate the 5th birthday of Hex. That's coming up this Sunday and Monday. And I've got a link here to the landing page. I've got a link to the clock, the time calculator. So no matter where you live in the world, you can see, actually just by going to the YouTube landing page, it'll tell you, well, it'll tell you how many days away it is, actually. It might not tell you the local time. So that's why you can click on this time and date and everything. I've sent out DMs to everybody who's spoken at a conference previously, and as many as I could find. And so those people have been invited. You just have to sign up like it's a normal SurveyMonkey link that I normally do for speakers, and all the instructions have been DM'd to you. If you're somebody who wants to speak and you haven't spoken at a previous conference, starting now, you can DM me on Twitter. And then I'll send you the link of the information you need in order to fill out the survey, and we can take it from there. Look at this beautiful thumbnail. I'm in love with this thumbnail, and I'm in love with Hex, and this is going to be an event for the history books for sure. So I hope everybody can make it. Hope all the YouTubers that YouTube about crypto, I hope they jump on. I know that there have been a ton of really big names that already signed up, so that's wonderful. And yeah, really excited about that. My mom thinks I work at Bitcoin. What a great shirt, huh? Awesome. The balloons do float. All right, cool. Well, yeah, hopefully this has been helpful. Hopefully you are updating your worldview as much as I am. But we are wrapping up the normal 30-minute segment of Hex Therapy Live. I mean pDAI Therapy Live. I mean, so happy Thanksgiving to everybody. As I said before, I'm thankful for all of you, and thankful to be in crypto because crypto rocks. And yeah, so there you go. Hit the like and subscribe button on the way out. We have 401 people watching live, 1,000 or more on the replay, so appreciate it. Oh, by the way, you can order now, I guess, if you still want, you can order a soliduskey.com from me. The instructions are at the website, soliduskey.com. It's a physical copper coin that it's the easiest way to onboard into Pulse Chain. It's a perfect gift for anybody in your life. You can load it with crypto yourself, and you can hand it to somebody like I did with Hawk Tua and Jordan Peterson. And I almost did it with Elon Musk, but that mission continues. And so as you can see here on the screen, this is the beautiful Pulse Chain branded soliduskey.com, link in the description below. And hey, why not also remind you that you can mint your COM tokens, which is a free claim given to anybody who has a Hex stake. And you can, this is something that you can claim and then keep claiming ongoing as time progresses, depending on your staking behavior. And so you can do that at my referral link. You still get the same number of COM, and I get a 1% bonus, and that is hexcommunity.com. Go to hexcommunity.com to claim your COM token. And with that being said, again, thanks for tuning in. And until next time, stake wisely, my friends, and peace out.
It's from Maddie Allen of Hex Therapy Live. I like Maddie. Maddie tries to make the world a healthier place. He's a mental health professional. He's done research, big videos on sudden wealth syndrome, there's nothing that a human being can do better than try and heal his fellow man.
Matty Allen's got that covered. Does emotional, feel-good, mind management, emotion stuff like as his gig because he's a therapist. That's what he does for a living. Like he helps heal people.